Good day everyone, Behrus here, Broker with Toronto Real Estate Board, and I'm here with you with the report of January 2025 stats for Toronto and GTA. The real estate market in this month has been the center of attention for a long time, and the reason being the lackluster sales numbers and also the average sales stats that are showing not great of a recovery that everyone's expecting. However, to some professional eyes, it is a good market for this time of a year. And if you're going back for a few years, you understand that this is in line with what is supposed to be a normal market based on the coin phrase that we have about the normalcy in the market and the hot market and the very slow market. To us in general, this is a very normal market, and I encourage you to get in touch if you need more details about this month. Going into the details of this month, you'll see that the number of listings that's been taken off the market just before the new year and maybe in the beginning of the December has come back into the market. So you'll see that the inventory levels have increased significantly. Couple that with lackluster of number of sales, as I explained to you in general, you understand that the market has been oversupplied. The caveat being, not all sectors of the market have been oversupplied. Not all regions in Toronto GTA have been oversupplied. You have to get in touch with somebody who understands the neighborhood of your interest to understand well how you can benefit of the stats that are reviewed every month and the stats to your benefit of the transaction of the focus for your needs. Going to the details, Toronto region, Toronto by itself has been the pioneer of the recovery, if you may call it the recovery. Toronto has seen close to 2.5% increase in the average prices, close to $9.90 an average price, which mostly contributed by the freehold sector, and most of that was contributed by the detached sector in Toronto. Toronto has always been the center of economy in the whole region of Toronto GTA, and there is nothing more or less expected from Toronto as we are seeing today. In Toronto by itself, you see an oversupply of condos. Condos have been the center of attention for so many people, and the result of that has been some sort of misinformation and misallocation of attention into that sector, where everybody, almost everybody, is denoting that the whole region being under attack of oversupply of condo market. That's not true for if you're talking in a specific about some regions, some neighborhoods, as you can see in the stats. For instance, if you're looking at the stats, you'll see that the condo sector of Durham region is now not that oversupplied as everyone's quoting the oversupply of the whole general GTA area. And exactly because of that, the price appreciation in the Durham region's condo supply is significant. Whereas when you're looking at areas like Toronto and Mississauga region, still you'll see more or less they are in the correction territory, they are in the buyers level territory, where buyers have more negotiating power than anything else. Speaking of that, the buyers of today have a lot of choices. However, because of certain availability of certain allocation of resources, certain economy factors, buyers are now choosing more and more to stay in the freehold territory. Whether that's right or wrong, that's how the market is taking shape if you are looking at the general scheme of things. However, the understanding is that the buyer is going to go into the condo sector if there is more supply and there is more downward price pressure on the condo sector of Toronto and Mississauga region. Um, Lastly, about these stats, I have to mention to you that the freehold sector as we have it today are not totally represented in average inventory levels that we have quoted in the media throughout the Toronto GTA media outlets that we have. The problem with that is that everybody is quoting at the general level, at the high scale level, what the inventory is. By that I mean that the inventory level that they are quoting is composed of both the condo sector and the freehold sector. The condo sector, as I explained a couple of seconds ago, is in an oversupply, is in good shape for buyers to enter into that market. However, the buyers are choosing to stay in the freehold sector according to the market. But if you're looking at the freehold sector, it's not into that territory that you call it the buyer's market. In most cases, it's in the balanced level of the market, and with the couple of changes in the week-to-week activities, you will see that the balanced sector is shifting towards the seller's market as well. The reason I'm quoting that is to make sure that you understand you work with somebody that is understanding the details of the market in and out. When you have no choices in the freehold sector, the price pressure on the freehold sector stays staved off, and the prices more or less staying the same. So with the freehold sector that's already at the very unaffordable range, when the buyer is looking at the freehold sector and seeing no choice, they try to take whatever that's presented on the market for them and not taking a chance of negotiating down the prices. That fact only keeps the prices more or less in the same level. For the same reason, we are not expecting that much of a price changes as we have had drastic price changes since the peak of 2022. We are not seeing that. We are not supposed to see that in the market if the economy stays the same. Level of unemployment stays the same. Level of income appreciation stays the same. And there is no introduction of new incentives for the economy into the market as we have it today. Coming back towards the end of the video, the renters are in an advantage in this year. But there has to be an understanding that the same level of understanding that I explained to you for the freehold versus the condo sector, the renters do not have an advantage if they are looking for a high demand areas of Toronto and York region, and maybe if they're looking at the condos in the Durham region. Oversupply is a misused word in whole media by all our colleagues that they have the media and access to the greatest viewers media in the region. Oversupply happens in some geographies, some neighborhoods in Toronto region, for the same reason that you don't want to move into the far west if your employment is in the east area. For the same reason, you won't choose to go there and brings the prices down. So you don't see that over the board price reduction in sales in the rent amounts if you're looking at the rental sectors per se. So oversupply happens, but doesn't happen all over the board, and you don't have to get the same price all over the board when you're looking at certain geographies. That is for renters. For the buyers, there is a huge opportunity in the condo sector, and you don't have to think at this point, which is obvious to everyone, you don't have to think of the future appreciation of all types of properties the same way that you have been thinking before. It is not 2022 anymore, it's not 2017 anymore, it's not 2010 anymore. It's 2025, and we do have oversupply of condos, not in all regions, but fortunately across the board, you can get great deals in the condo sector. If you are a buyer for a freehold sector, you may hold on for a few more months, because this year is a very big year in terms of whether we are seeing the number of inventory increasing in the freehold sector or not, because of the majority of mortgages that are being renewed throughout the period of 5 years is going to happen in 2025. So if majority of those mortgages are happening to be renewed in the freehold sector, some more hope is for you for the level of inventory to increase. Coming to the sellers, if your only way of buying your next property is through a sale, you better get in touch with somebody who really knows your neighborhood and the neighborhood that you want to go in. Because it's not about the real estate anymore, it's about understanding the numbers in your neighborhood, understanding the financials that you have, and understanding what options are available to you, both in terms of the mortgages, because you're a homeowner already, and also in terms of the neighborhood that you want to go in the future after you sold this property. If you're a seller of your investment property, again, it's better to get in touch with somebody who really understands the investment property, sale of investment properties with or without the tenants, which we have great resources to educate you on different levels. All in all, the understanding is that more or less the market stays the same, with the level of supply increasing to some extent. However, there is details into the level of supply, as I explained throughout this video, that might be happening only in the condo sector, not so much in the freehold sector. And with that, the price is going to stay more or less the same thing. When you're looking at the oversupply only happening in the low price tag sector, which is the condo sector, more or less you're going to see the average prices staying the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it have been educational for you. If you have any questions or concerns, just give me a call. I'm available at any time upon your call. And have a wonderful day. Enjoy your rest of the winter. Great day. Bye-bye.